Okay, so a lot of swords and a lot of wands. And sword deals with mainly heartache. It is mental anguish, but with this card, I'm going to say that it's heartache as well. Okay, and in this situation, it's one of those things that it's like it's affecting you on a really deep, profound level. It's affecting your ability to focus at work. It's affecting, your all your other relationships. It's affecting the way you deal with yourself, the way you view yourself. So in a way, it's like mental anguish in that, you're overthinking the situation, you're blowing it out of proportion, but at the same time, it's really affecting you on a profound level. Like it hurts on a really deep level. Okay, and like I mentioned in the monthly reading, I believe for the first few weeks, things are going to be rough. Okay, for the first 2 weeks of of March, things are going to be rough, and then the last 2 weeks are going to be like closure inducing and moving on. And the energy here is playing out in the same way. This is something that has already happened. It probably happened like in February, or it probably happened like, yeah, I'm sorry the video is late. So it probably happened the beginning of this month. And the only thing that I can say is very early on, we have this situation in which it's like bickering and it's like hearing bad news from the ex. Okay, this is an ex situation. It's someone who hurt you in the past. It's someone who hurt you on a very deep, very profound level. And this is something very recent, and the pain is still so raw. And you're hearing like you're hearing bad news regarding them. It's not that bad news are happening about them. It's not that they're encountering bad news, but for example, they cheated on you, they left, and then you hear that they're dating some hot new person, and you're just like devastated, and you're just like really upset. Okay, so these are like hearing, I guess, good things about the ex that might make you like, that might unsettle you. So I guess it's like, you know, um, aggravating the jealousy, or in general as well, it's like communication from the ex that is unwarranted, it's unwelcome. So that could also, it could play out in that way as well. And like you're looking at all the work that you put into that relationship, and really the other person did not deserve it. The other person did not deserve the I guess the attention to detail, the commitment that you were able to put into that relationship. I would say like it just wasn't worth it. Okay, you're looking at the situation and you're just like, I'm wasting so much time. I shouldn't have done that because it wasn't worth it. But at the same time, you're just like kind of mourning over the loss of all the time you invested into that relationship. And what I'm seeing right now is, like I mentioned, the first two weeks of this month, the first 2.5 to 3 weeks are going to be problematic. The last week is going to be more conducive to implementing new changes in your life, okay? So the cards are saying the same thing. Week one is the roughest, and week one is already over. So it's going to be smoother sailing from now on if you're able to leave the past behind you, okay? So you really have to actively like get yourself, I guess, mentally there, mentally prepared for this new voyage that you're going to have to take. And it's not going to come about out of the blue. It's not going to fall in your lap. You have to really focus on, why, like the logic behind why you're able to let this go, rather than letting your emotions rule your head. Just really focus on the main reasons why this will never work in order for you to move on to something healthier for yourself, okay? I hope that makes sense. It's basically like, our heart clings on to the wrong things, and our head is the voice of reason, but sometimes we don't listen because we feel that if we love the other person enough, if they love us, everything will work out and everything will fall into place. But that is not life. So you have a lot of reasons here to never go back to that situation. So make sure that you keep your reason close to you, close by, whenever that self-doubt kicks in. Okay, that would be the only advice that I can say in that situation, because I just feel that it's not going to work, and you know that. But in times where your self-esteem might take a hit, you might want to revert back to old relationships, or you might want to like engage in like mindless confrontation with them, which is not going anywhere and which is going to aggravate you, because you're going to hear that they're doing well and things like that, and you're like it's killing you that they're doing well, basically. So don't engage with them. Yeah, don't like feed into their ego. It's essentially it. Like what's coming in here is that you actually do have a lot of abundance in your life. You have a lot of suitors, but the way you're approaching the relationship to I do sense like hostility. So be careful about the people you interact with. Don't drag your personal business into your other relationships. Don't let it like taint, or don't let it affect the other relationships. Okay, that would be the main thing. If you're hoping to like go back and squabble with an ex or resolve some issues, it's definitely not going to happen, and it's not going to happen until later on in this year. So I just want you to be aware of that. Okay, the victory that you're hoping for in terms of getting the closure that you want, in terms of getting an apology, in terms of like getting them to getting to hear them say they're sorry, they messed up, is not going to come, even though they might be sorry, even though they might not, like have a new love interest that they're seeing. They're not going to give you the satisfaction that you need. Therefore, having any type of confrontation with them is not going to work out in your favor. So I just want you to know it's very important to like I mentioned this in the Scorpio video. The Scorpio video requires like slamming doors and having this massive blowout, name calling type of like walking away. Whereas for you, it's best, you're not going to have that satisfaction to, slam doors and throw things at the other person's face. You're going to walk away quietly, which is not something you want to do because you're very upset. But this is the only thing that will be granted to you this month, okay? I feel in general, the way you've lived your life in the past, walking away quietly would make like a more powerful statement, okay? Whereas for like Scorpio, they hold a lot of things in, they internalize a lot of things. So having that final blowout will actually, be more meaningful on their part. So it all depends on the element. But just know that there's nothing wrong with quietly walking away, because the other person doesn't deserve another second of your time. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. And if anything, that is very satisfying for a fire sign to rise above and choose to quietly walk away. So if anything, like I think there's much more strength in that statement alone. Okay. What is coming in around your environment is there are a lot of cattiness, there are a lot of jealousy, there are a lot of people who are instigators, okay? And I feel that if there is like somebody new that your ex is dating that you're going to find out about, they're going to want to rub it in your face, and that's why like it's so annoying and you just want to smack them. You really just want to like you're really hurt, and this person is like dragging that in your face, which is really, really like, oh my gosh, it is very disrespectful, and at the same time it's just extremely childish. But this is a situation that will happen like that. It might play out like that for a lot of you, okay? If it's not the person they're dating, it's going to be them, like, making comments here and there, saying, like, comparing the new relationship to you, and it's going to hurt you on a very deep level. But they're so childish for doing that. So, don't let it get to you. I know it's hard, and it's hard to really like see this, like see the full picture, and you're not going to be able to do it until you decide that you don't have to wish them happiness. Okay, just know that actively in your mind, like, choose to move on. All right. And as for the hopes and fears, okay, you're kind of fearful about investing yourself into another relationship because you feel like you did a lot for this relationship, it didn't work out, so now you're hesitant about doing more work required of you, okay? So I feel that it's not going to be resolved. That issue about trusting people again and being in the right frame of mind to be in another relationship where you can devote this much, it's going to take some time, and that's not going to be resolved right away. And there's nothing wrong with that. So just know that it's okay to feel that way for now. However, it's really important for you to just get your heart and mind extracted from this current situation that you're in order to move forward, okay? And I know this reading sounds like it's more applicable for singles, but for those who are in relationships too, I feel that past relationships are going to your past experience with past relationships are definitely going to color the relationship you're in right now, in that is making you doubt the prospect and the longevity of your current relationship and the faithfulness of your partner. So don't let it affect what you have right now, okay? If you have suspicions that your current partner is, not being faithful as well, I think deep down, trust your intuition, okay? If you feel that your partner is not faithful, I would definitely say, like, go with your intuition, because I do sense a lot of intuition here, like high intuition, like flashes of intuition that just happens out of the blue. And I feel like coincidences that happen to like fall into place that are a little too inconvenient, okay? So I would say go with your intuition and get that situation resolved. For those of you who are not dealing with a spouse who is cheating, there definitely is an old situation from the past that you haven't resolved, and you're going to come between the two of you actually. And it's just, the external environment that's causing the situation. I don't feel that it's something internal within the relationship. It's just catty people, it's just jealous exes or something that is coming out of the woodwork, and, throwing like unwarranted and unwanted attention or pieces and bits of information to instigate, to get in between you and the person that you're with, okay? So either way, the second, I know, just write it out, the first 2 weeks. The second 2 weeks will be a lot better in terms of letting go and, being a little more, I guess, emotionally centered in order to not act on out of rage or jealousy or anger, okay? So you're going to find your grounding the second half of this month, and things will be a lot better, okay? So find your footing. The first 2 months, I'm sorry, 2 weeks, the first week is going to affect your self-esteem. The second week is definitely going to affect, like, it's like a self-doubting type of moment, okay? You're second-guessing yourself. The second 2 weeks, you're going to find your grounding and you're going to be fine, and it's all indicated in this card. The first week is all the trouble is all in your head. Second week is all in your heart, okay? It's not grounded on reality. And in the second 2 weeks, you're going to find your bearing and you're going to be able to move forward, okay? You're going to find the ground is still there underneath you, and that, it's not the end of the world. And you move on, and you move on silently, because that is what Sagittarius do that would make the most statement. People expect this massive blowout from a fire sign. You're not going to give them the satisfaction, so you're just going to quietly slink away, and that is like the satisfaction that you need, okay? So I hope you have a wonderful month. I know that it's going to be rough the first few weeks, okay? Just hang in there, hang in there, hang in there, all right? And things will definitely look up at the end of the month, okay?